let's take a look at this. 3 defensive tackles for the Browns to target late in free agency. Number 3, Poona Ford, 181 tackles, 7.5 sacks in his last 4 seasons with Seattle. Number 2, a guy that you mentioned, the voicemailer also mentioned, Matt Ioannidis, 37 tackles, a sack, 10 quarterback pressures, 13 games a season ago. Number 1, A'Shawn Robinson, Tomlinson's former Alabama teammate, won a Super Bowl a couple years back with the Rams. Those are all guys that are still on the market. Probably their value's probably dropping as free agency goes and we get into the draft. You know, if you can get a guy on a couple $1 million deal with incentives, yeah, go get another one.
Listen, I'll tell you what. Look, the guy I like, you talk about A'Shawn Robinson, man, I'd be willing to trade my pre-draft grade from a B+ to an A- because now A'Shawn Robinson, 6'4", 330, former teammate at Alabama with Tomlinson. So now think about that. I'm looking at building depth, right? So now look at my depth. Now I can say I got Tomlinson and A'Shawn Robinson starting, and I got Myles Garrett. Now I'm able to move all those other guys that I thought maybe be in contention. Those guys are now specialists. Maybe we bring them in when they want to rush the passer. Maybe they platoon. Now look at the depth that you creating underneath. And also on top of that, you got to tell me, you can't tell me your linebackers. You can't tell me Anthony Walker ain't excited about playing behind them 2 big fellas that's going to stop the run. Look, ain't nothing worse than having offensive linemen up on that next level, and you got to get off a block. And by the way, if you look at Phillips, a little undersized. You look at JOK, a little undersized. When you playing nickel is a guy that need to come up and run. We're looking at right now, Newsom playing nickel. One of the things that you got to realize is you got to come up there and feel the run. And sometimes when you're undersized, you need some big fellas up front to take up those blocks. If they can get me A'Shawn Robinson, people, look, they're sleeping on what they've done. I guarantee you the Browns will be way more formidable when it comes to stopping the run. And I think that might be one of the better defensive lines that you look at it that Myles Garrett has played with. And it's underrated, no really huge names, but it's some bite to that to add with that bark too.